On the move, changing perceptions, pushing limits. Today's Africa is not framed by the past. A new generation is stepping up, embracing tradition while blazing a new path, giving voice to unique style, connected in ways others before were not. This is where the urban pulse meets creativity and a new culture thrives. This is African Voices.
Creating high-quality fashion can be expensive. In Zimbabwe, one artist is using free raw material to craft gorgeous garments. From humble garbage to high-end merchandise.
And this one is under and this one over. Yes? Ooh, that's going to be so cute.
Ondine Francis is all about turning old and unwanted into something new and beautiful.
Yeah, I like that. That would look nice, and then you can have it as a brooch. Hi, my name's Ondine, and I'm a designer, and this is my Africa.
She's an upcycler who's bringing repurposed trash to the top boutiques and galleries in Europe.
I don't necessarily think of myself as a creative person, although that's what I get labelled because everyone says, well, you're a designer and therefore you have to be creative, and my passion for people is what makes me creative. So if we do it that way around, then can we, instead of the CDs, can we not cut the circles of the vinyl? My business model is spotting something that somebody can already do, that they already enjoy doing, and seeing how we can make that into a sustainable product, a sustainable livelihood. So you've got bottle caps being used, you've got vinyl records being used, you've got tape cassettes being used, you've got plastic bags being used, and they're all produced in Zimbabwe, handmade here. All of the products that you see here, everything on the stand, ends up in Europe and ends up in the international platform. If they're of a high level, they end up in a really expensive shops or galleries. If they're at the craft level, then they end up in fair trade shops. The item has its journey, and I'm on that journey. I'm on the journey from when it's crafted and thought out, and then watching it land on a trade show or in a little market. For me, that is where the two worlds join each other. I'm just trying to figure out what we can do with this, because obviously this is our old design of the vinyl bags. Yes. Which were doing well, but they're not doing well now. Okay, and I really, really want to try and upgrade them. So the problem we did the lining. Yes. Okay, and that went really well for 2 years. But look, I mean, we're still doing it at craft level.
Much of her work comes down to creative problem solving. And oftentimes, that means looking in places you won't find too many designers.
This is one of the places I come to regularly to check on the quality of plastic I can get for my furniture and for the lights. Checking on the colours and what sort of plastics, recycled plastics they've got in, so what we can actually work with. This is literally what we're getting out. White, green, covered in mud, because for every time someone orders a chair, this mountain reduces. This is great. I think this one's a little bit too thick. And like you said, it was the wrong, not the wrong sort of plastic, but it wasn't as clean as you'd like, so we've got a bit of texture. Okay. But I think that one there, yeah, that's perfect. We picked up some of the plastic, and we want to see if this can actually work at making the upgrade we need on the bag, because the bags are really rough.
Ondine also has a keen focus on empowering those around her. Her work gives her artists a steady income.
Let's get you going, because you need to go to the tailor, right?
And she works to foster creativity in local children too.
You and me will finish it this afternoon, okay? Do you want to wear it, or you want to wait until it's finished? Shoulders back, head up. You're Zimbabwe. You're showing everyone. Come on then, let's go. Who's hiding their face? Slowly, nicely, because that's what you're going to do on the stage. Slow, show everyone. Please give these kids lots of encouragement. They have never been on stage, most of them. They have been designing outfits all week.
Her affinity for caring for people comes from her mother, Linda, a local legend who worked for decades as an HIV/AIDS activist in Zimbabwe.
When she realised that she could fight it, that it wasn't a death sentence, that she was going to make it, I think that definitely gave her the power to join forces with the black women who were already coming out about it, and to stand up and say, right, yes, I am white, I am HIV positive. I got it in the same way that many other women are contracting this disease, but I am going to fight it, I am going to survive it, and you can too. And her slogan was, HIV stands for hope is vital. That's it. Basically, that's all that HIV should stand for.
Years ago, Ondine started a trust to pay for Linda's medical costs. But after Linda's death, the trust has gone on to help countless others.
I set up the trust in her name for people to be able to donate money to keep her alive. And then it seemed when she did come out of the coma amazingly, and it was this incredible miracle, that there was this huge need to keep that going. And obviously not for her, but for all the people who were put in the same position, whether they were HIV positive or not. She's actually buried here, so it's a very special house for us. And she's here with us all the time. My mum, well, she certainly made me what I am, in the sense that we love to be surrounded by people. And from that has come a passion for people and a passion for putting things together, putting people together.
Ondine carries on her mother's legacy by continuing her life's work.
This is Christmas!
Giving people hope.
So look at those, all the detailing. So they'll end up being the little detailing on the Lucky Dip package. Look at that. I'd say these two have really done all of us proud in Zimbabwe, because they're actually supporting probably about 15 children in school, the sales of these two things. I thrive off the people I work with's creativity and children's creativity. So what are you actually trying to do? You took a swimming costume.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And that whole sense of empowerment that you personally get and that you feel you can give by the process that we go through in designing, in making something, in doing a workshop. Those are the elements that keep me going. Okay, that's easy. We can do this. Leggings, yeah?
I'm driven by the passion that every member of the society should feel welcome. Every member of the society should be taken care of.